Hi guys, thank you for joining me. Today I decided to come up the woods with my setup here and come out for an overnighter. So my setup is a Lavvu tent with a wood burner inside, so it's something really new. I haven't set up this sort of thing before, so it was a new experience. I haven't been out for quite a while due to Christmas and everything, so it's nice to start 2019, feels weird saying that, off with a nice solo overnighter with this lovely setup. So I'll run through what's inside, my sleep system and things like that, but I hope everyone who's watching had a fab Christmas. Hope it was really good, got what you wanted, spent time with people that you love, and Happy New Year. So hopefully 2019 will be a really good year for everyone, and go out and do what you like with your life and really have a positive year. So comment down below any of your New Year's resolutions. I think mine is probably to get outside more. That's probably one. Spend time doing what I love and with people that I really like and get on with. So yeah, that's another one. Do things for myself. Don't try and do things to impress others. So just do everything for myself. Obviously help others and try and please people, but mainly do things because I want to do them, and don't get forced into other things. So yeah, that's all I can think of. I'm really chilled out. I've been here all day nearly. It's getting dark soon, so I've been here nearly all day, and just setting up this, getting the wood ready, just getting used to it really. And yeah, I haven't sat down and spoke to the camera yet, but yeah, so I'm really in my own head. I think that's what I love about solos. You start talking to yourself and getting in your own head and preparing yourself and things like that. yeah, it's a really nice day for it. I don't think it's going to rain, which is great. It's just going to be cold. I've got everything prepared and set up. I just think I need to collect a bit more firewood, and then I'll start cooking later. So it's probably like an hour or so until it gets dark. So I've got all my lights ready. I've got my little gas lantern with me. Yeah, it's going to be a nice camp out. So first off, I'm just going to run through my clothes system. So this is what I basically wear for the whole winter season. So I've got wool socks on. I normally wear merino wool socks with my GTX handmag boots. So I love these boots. I've had them for like a year now. I got them just before Christmas last year, and they're really great. I really like these and I wouldn't change them. They suited to what I do and the landscapes I'm on, so it really suits me personally, so I really like them boots. For my legs, I've got the Helly Hansen base layer, so I've got the top and bottoms. I feel they're really warm, they keep me nice and toasty, so I like them. I also wore them all through last winter and it got colder than -4 and they were still really good. And then for my trousers, so many people ask me about these outdoor trousers. I try to reply to everyone, but they can't always find them for some reason. These are the So these are the Fortis clothing brand. So that's the brand of the trousers. I'll put a link to the certain model, but what's really great about these trousers are you can customise how many pockets you want on them, the length and the width of your, is it the width? Something like that. You can customise your waist and your leg size. For me, I feel I didn't get long enough pair. Obviously you want a nice pair of trousers that go over your boots, but these are a little bit short in the leg, so maybe it's different sizing, I'm not sure, but maybe order a bigger size in the length if you're getting a pair for yourself. They're really, what I like about these are they're really thick material, so I'll show you now. I always go on my knees. So when I'm doing work on the floor or setting up in here, my knees get a bit soaked. So it's a nice material that it doesn't really leak through to my base layers, and it dries out quite quick, which is good. So yeah, this is my bottoms, and then I've got my Helly Hansen base layer underneath this, and then over the top this is just a normal wool like little sweater thing with a zip. So this is quite basic. I think you can buy it anywhere. It's nothing specific, it's not a good brand or anything, it's just what I've been given, and I feel like it works really well. It's comfortable and it's warm, so it does the job. And I also wear it because it goes really well underneath my bulldog jacket. Sorry, I burnt it and burnt the back of it, long story. I think you can get it off like army surplus or just anywhere, and it's really thick, really warm, and it's got a nice hood on it, and it's fluffy inside, so this fits really well underneath it. And then finally I've got this that goes around my neck. It's good to keep your neck warm. Yeah, I think that's about it. got a waterproof jacket just in case it does rain. But I'm just putting that on the top of the Lavvu for now. So yeah, I think I've covered my clothing for the winter. So I just went out and collected some more pieces of birch bark for the morning, or if I need to light it back up in the night if it's really cold, I will do. So I've just got them pieces and put them next to my sleep system so I can grab them easily and light the fire. So I'll put my lighter down there and some little pieces of wood. My wood pile coming along nicely. Down here got the split pieces I did earlier. They're just some bits of birch bark, some cones and some little pieces of kindling. Yeah, I prepared most of that. I've been told it's not going to rain, so I might leave most of it outside and put a few logs inside. That might work a little better, and I can grab them easier when I'm in bed in the morning or whatever. So yeah, and what I'm cooking tonight, I'm going to do a steak with sweet potatoes, peppers and the good old avocados. So they always go down nicely. I had them in my trout video. Yep, that was it. My trout video that I did like about a month ago or something. So if you want to go check that out, it's quite a good video, and I'm really shocked at the amount of views that actually got. So that was surprising. But yeah, I think I'm all prepared now. Got all my stuff out that I need, and it's going to be a nice night. So plans for 2019 then. I really want to do a lot more solos and a lot more camp outs. But I really like doing solos. I feel I didn't do loads in 2018, so I'll increase that a little bit. I'll probably do more challenges, so I'm going to start planning everything out, try and plan my whole year out and set some goals, and see how work and family goes around that, and try and fit everything in and do lots and lots of videos. So last year for me was basically getting used to videoing and YouTube and all of that. So hopefully now I can produce more videos and upload quicker and things like that, because it's more used to it now. It's my second year, I think, so we get things done. Obviously I was still at school last year, so it was quite difficult with that, but now I can focus on this more, which is great. So I'm actually 17 this year, which means I'm able to start learning how to drive. So that's something I'm definitely going to do. Having a car will get you to a lot more places, so I'd like to do that. Maybe some visits up to Scotland, north of England. So if I do pass, fingers crossed, that would be really nice, doing a road trip across the country, something like that. I'll have to see when I pass and how I do with that. And it's some money as well, so it's a lot of insurance for a young person, so I have to figure all of that out. But anyway, if you're one of my subscribers or you're just watching this video and you've been watching what I do, the content and the videos that I film, then it would be really good for me to hear what you'd like me to video in 2019. After all, it is you guys who watch my videos, so any suggestions, what sort of thing you'd like me to video, would be great, and I will definitely take that on board and try and film a video what you've suggested. Anyway, I hope everyone had a really good 2018. For me personally, it was a really nice year. I went away a lot. I obviously went to Romania back in July time, which was a really, really nice trip. I've done a lot of river trips back in the spring, winter time last year. Me and Harriet did a boat trip, and then I carried on doing lots throughout the year. I did a trip to Wales. We did the trip to Finland back in November. So loads and loads of things went on, and it was a really nice year. And it's good to kind of reflect and think what I've learnt from it and what I want to change to put into this new year. And I've learnt so many skills, not only to do with bushcraft, but like life skills and about me personally, which is always nice. I think the whole point of life is kind of finding yourself and kind of knowing who you are as a person and what sort of things you like to do. So I think 2018 I was more on the road to that. And obviously that's what life's all about, experiences and kind of finding yourself and being happy. So I kind of know what I want from my life and what I want to do in the future, which has given me a lot of direction and motivates me to do things that I really enjoy and want to do and achieve and continue doing with my life. But yeah, I definitely had a lot of experiences, and doing solos as well, you really get to get in your own head and know who you are as a person. And until you completely know who you are and what you like to do, is the next step. You go on to doing things that you love doing because you know yourself and you've got that sort of knowledge. So I've learned a lot of skills about myself, about other people, and just all different things. So it was a really nice year. I had a lot of fun with friends and family. So it was really nice, and hopefully 2019 will be just as good or even better. That would be great. Feel free to share any New Year's resolutions, any plans, what you did over Christmas, things like that. For me, I stayed with family over Christmas. I went to my nan's house and spent Christmas and Boxing Day with my family. Which was really nice. And I got some money, which is always great, to try and save up for them driving lessons and trips away. So that will go to good use. But yeah, that's about it. I'm going to check on the fire now, the wood burner, and probably get my dinner on, because you can see it's kind of getting dark. Gets dark so early now. It's probably like 4:15, 4:30, so pretty early. So one of the Christmas presents I got, which I love, is this book. So if you are a new subscriber or you don't really watch my videos, I really like the story of Chris McCandless. So the film is called Into the Wild, and you can also get the book by John Krakauer, which I've also read. But this is by his sister Corinne, so I've literally just started reading it. I'm not very far in, and it's really good. You get to kind of learn about the reasons why he left to go into the wild, and more about him. So like I said, I haven't read the whole book yet, so I don't know what the whole book is about, but that's what it's like so far. So if you don't know who Chris McCandless is and you don't know the story behind it, I definitely recommend to go watch the film and read the book. They're amazing. They're really good. And he's either the guy that you kind of love or hate. There's no in between. So you either think he's absolutely stupid, that he was rude to his family for leaving, things like that, or you'll love him, think he's got so much passion and adventure, and his parents deserve to be left, whatever your views are. Everyone has different views, so you're entitled to your own opinion of the guy, but I really like his story. I think some things he could have changed, and maybe he could have still been alive, but I just like his story and his outlook on life and his views on society and people. I kind of see what he means in that respect. So yeah, actually I'm not going to tell you because I don't want to ruin it for people who haven't watched the film. Obviously the film isn't all true. They've made it different from probably more drama to make it more exciting. It's a lot different to the book, and I'm sure this book's a lot different to the other book that I've just read. So yeah, I brought that along. It'll be a nice read. Like I said, it gets dark really early, so that's something I can do. I need to sharpen my hatchet as well, so I'll probably do that while it gets dark in the evenings. So yeah, The Wild Truth, if you're interested. And there's the blurb. So yeah, and it also has loads of photos and history of him. If you're interested in that, then Brooke from the channel Girl in the Woods has done a really good video on him, and she went to visit the bus, which is amazing. I'd love to do that. That's a really inspiring video, and it's actually nice to see another woman YouTuber who's really interested in him as well. So the lovely stuff. I've got my sweet potatoes in here. I already cut them back at home. Thought it'd save time. So I'm just going to put them in my frying pan, because there's quite a few. Might not eat all of them actually. So I'm going to add a bit of oil. There it is. I'm going to add some oil with that. So you can see that it's quite dark now. You can barely see what I'm doing with the camera. So I've just got my head torch on my head here. There's my oil. I'm just going to pour some in there. And to go with that, I've got some things to flavour it up a bit. Whoops. Which is, I've got paprika, there we go, finally, salt, pepper and a bit of garlic. So I'll just sprinkle that in there, give it a bit more flavour. And if there's any left, which there isn't, I was going to put it on my steak, but I will be fine. There we go. And then I've just cut the avocados, and this time I didn't go straight through the seed. So I remember I cut it last time, I went straight through the seed. I didn't do that, don't worry. A few people said about that. Instead I just cut round it and twist it like you're supposed to. And then scoop up the little stone in the middle. And then I've got red peppers as well, because red peppers are the best. I love these are my favourite. So my sweet potatoes are on now, and the wood burner's really warmed up now, so it's warming the tent up and all my sleeping bags, but they look really nice. So I've cooked all my dinner now, got sweet potatoes, peppers, avocado and steak. So that looks really nice, it smells really good, and I'm really hungry, so can't wait. I've had my dinner now, and I've just been chilling out for a while. So it's dark outside, it's been dark for about like 1.5 to 2 hours. So I lit up my little gas lantern that I brought with me, which makes it really cosy, and it's warmed right up in the Lavvu now, thanks to the wood burner. So yeah, I've just been chilling out. Haven't read my book yet, so I'll probably do that a bit later. And then soon I'll put the kettle on and make myself a drink, and probably fill up my hot water bottle. I brought that with me. I know that I won't wake up and keep putting wood in the burner, so I've got a hot water bottle with me. So yeah, really chilled out now. It's really nice. And it's really quiet as well, so it's really relaxing. And I'm gonna have some nice hot chocolate in my little kuska. It's really cute. So that's me sorted, and I'll pour the rest of the water into my bottle and then put it in my bag, and it kind of heats it up, which is always nice. I'm gonna start reading my book, my new book, and then I'll probably go to sleep after that. So night guys, and I'll see you tomorrow. Morning guys, it's day 2 today, and I woke up to a really nice sunrise over there. So yeah, it was a nice night. Went off to sleep really warm in there with the wood burner, and then I woke up at about 2 and it completely gone out. Like I said, I wasn't going to get up every 2 hours and keep refilling it. So yeah, and then I lit the wood burner up again this morning. So I've made my feather sticks now, and I used pine wood to do that as it's a softer wood. I find it's easier to make feather sticks with. I've just split these little bits up, as I might go for a cabin style fire lay, or just lay them on the ground as it's quite damp on the floor. So for people who are a bit unsure and haven't really gone out by themselves before and try to find a shelter or somewhere to stay for the night or even for the day, I'm going to tell you how I chose this spot and what I was looking for a good shelter for last night and somewhere to set up my Lavvu. So first of all, I wanted somewhere which had lots of firewood around, so I didn't want to be in an area that I had to walk a long way to cut firewood and then had to lug it all the way back. It just saves time and energy. So this area all around has lots of sweet chestnut and oak, so nice good firewood. And I was also planning on doing bushcraft bacon, so that's where you hang bacon off of a stick. So I needed 2 V poles and one cross member to do that. So I needed some sort of hazel or sweet chestnut to do that. So that's also what I was looking around for in this area. The other thing I was going for is widow makers. So that is rotten or dead like limbs or branches or trees that are overhanging. So I was looking around for them. There was a nice spot over there, but there was a lot of dead trees, fallen trees, so I didn't want to risk that, just in case. Always look up and around you to see if there is any rotten limbs or something like that. Another factor was I wanted to be in a quite sheltered spot, so all around me there's like a little circle of trees, and there's a few bushes, like holly bushes, so that will protect me from the wind. If there was any wind, I'd be more sheltered. So when I first got here, the wind was coming from that direction. I set it up so just the side of the Lavvu would be hitting the wind, not the entrance. But it got dark, the wind had swung round and it actually was coming into my tent, so that was unlucky. I didn't do the tent door up as you saw, but I had a wood burner in there, so it kept it nice and warm, so I don't think it really mattered on the wind, as it wasn't really strong winds. And then the next factor was level ground. So I wanted my tent, I didn't want to be on sloped ground. I wanted level, flat ground, so I can lay my sleeping bag and my roll mat on level ground and I won't be slipping forward. So they're like the main things I was looking for when I was doing my overnighter here, to find somewhere to stay. If you're going longer term, you'd obviously need to look for water nearby. I bring my own water with me because there's nowhere around here where I can get any sort of water, so I always bring water with me. So I'm thinking about doing a Q&A video in the future. So if you've got any questions that you want to ask me, anything about my videos or what I do, or just anything that's appropriate, then comment below this video and I will answer them in my Q&A, which will be sometime soon. So yeah, if you've got any questions that you'd like to ask me, then I will answer them in that video, in my Q&A. So I'm going to quickly have a run through of my setup in here, and my updated sleep system. So the Lavvu is made of thick canvas, and they're really good. They're used by, I think it's a Polish military. They're quite cheap as well. I think you can get them for about £20. I'm not sure what that is in dollars. And they can, mine is quite low and wide because I wanted it like that, but you can make them tall and quite thin. They can make all different shapes, and you can close it right up the front porch, or you can have it open like I did. And here is the armhole of the poncho, which I have put the flue of the wood burner out of. So what's also great is the thick canvas material. You can have fires really close to it and it's not going to burn through. And you can obviously have the wood burner in there because it really keeps and holds its heat. So then inside I've got 2 of these quite cheap ground sheets on the floor. I think you can buy better ground sheets, but I've just got these ones. I've got my wood burning stove over here, and I had to design a kind of little opening so the flue wouldn't burn the material. So I'll show you that later. And this is just holding it up so it doesn't touch the wood burner and burn. And then I've got, this is my sleep system. So I've got a wool blanket on the bottom, 100% wool, just to keep me insulated from the bottom. I've got my Thermarest Neo Air Venture sleeping pad, which you have to blow it up. And then I've got my Rabicent 900 sleeping bag that I love. I take it everywhere with me. It's such a good bag, and I've had it for quite a while. I've done 2 reviews on it now if you want to check out that bag. I've started taking a little fold up pillow actually. I just feel I usually use a piece of clothing, but I've decided to bring a pillow for a few campouts now. I've got my hot water bottle that I was telling you about. It's always good when it's cold. See, the wood burner went out last night, but that just heated my sleeping bag up. And then I've got a liner, so this goes inside my bag and it goes all the way down, and it's an extra piece of insulation. I don't really need it, it's just when it's really cold I tend to take it. So yeah, that's my sleep system. It's pretty similar to what I used last winter, but I've just added the liner and the pillow. Yes, that's pretty much it. But I really like that sleep system. It works really well for me, and women tend to get colder than men, so that is a really warm sleep system because it keeps me really warm. And what I love about this sleeping bag is it's got toggles, so you can adjust the hood and make it really small, so no cold air gets into your sleeping bag. And then over here I've just got my kit. It's my camera bag and my rucksack, and then just my hat and my shamog. And then next to my bed I keep my water, my reading books. In that bag I've got like my electronics, my charger, my torches, and then over there's my fire kit. And here this morning I had all my birch bark and wood, so I didn't have to get out of bed and go looking for wood to light my wood burner. It was just all there for me. And then to hold this up I've got the DD walking pole, so that just goes in the middle. You can use a normal piece of wood, and cut it to size, but I've used that. So yeah, that's my setup. So the bacon's sitting quite high up from the fire, as I just want to slow cook it. It's better when it takes a while for it to cook. Tastes a lot better. So to open this entrance up a little bit more, I cut and notched that so the material will fit and slip into this little notch there. And then there's a V-shape stick, and they both slot in really well and kind of hold the opening open so the flue doesn't touch the material. You need a 2-inch gap between the flue and any material. So I'm just waiting for my Bushcraft bacon to cook off. I'm just going to leave it there for a while. Definitely recommend it. It tastes so nice. It's definitely my favourite way to cook bacon over a fire. I've been cutting some more firewood just to keep that going. That would be my breakfast done. I'm going to be staying one more night with Bushwhacker Man. So he's just going to come up. He's here now. And I'll be staying another night and be going home tomorrow. So thank you for watching my solo. That was my solo overnight. Really nice way to start 2019. And yeah, I'll be camping here tonight again. I probably won't film it though. But you can go over to Bushwhacker Man's channel and watch it over there. So like I said previously, if you have any questions, I'm going to be doing a Q&A video soon, so just leave them in the comments below. Thank you for watching and take care. Happy New Year.